guys, it's Haley and welcome back to my channel. This video is going to be about becoming COVID positive while just being a couple weeks pregnant.
Pull me close, take me in, just me, just you, lost in the moment. Lost in the moment.
So when I was around 4 to 5 weeks, it was actually the week that my husband found out I was pregnant, we started with symptoms of COVID. I was already very short of breath because I was pregnant. And then when my husband came home, he had just traveled from coming back from work, and he started with symptoms, just kind of thought it was like sinus problems. And then when I started getting sick, I knew it was COVID. Took him a little bit longer to think that we had COVID, especially after the test. He was not happy because he thought he was not COVID positive. And then I found out less than 24 hours because I'm a healthcare worker. My results got resulted quicker. So I found out very soon, that same day, that I was positive. My husband's test didn't come back for, I think, 2 days later. This was very early on. It was in November. So when that second wave of COVID was hitting, so COVID tests were still taking the 3 days to come back most of the time. So because I was a healthcare worker, I had gotten mine earlier, so we knew a lot sooner that we had COVID. So he started showing symptoms on a Thursday. I started showing symptoms late Sunday night. Sunday morning, we had actually went to both of our parents' house and told them we were pregnant, which ended up with my mom having to work from home. Nobody got COVID. We were all healthy. So it made me feel really good. My mom hugged me and hugged Justin, but it was less than 15 minutes that we would have been around each other. We sat 6 feet apart just in case. I hadn't showed symptoms by then, so I was like, if I'm already immunocompromised, if I'm not showing symptoms, then I probably don't have it. It's probably not COVID, it's probably just sinuses from, traveling. So Sunday night we started showing symptoms. I think I FaceTimed my grandpa, he's a doctor, and I told him my symptoms. I was like, we definitely have COVID. Justin had just started losing his smell and taste, kind of. I hadn't yet, but I just knew I had COVID. And it was very scary because I was very short of breath. Just walking up and down the stairs, I was very short of breath, would get dizzy, have to sit down. I do have pulse ox at home, so I was constantly checking my oxygen. The day that we tested and got our positive, I completely broke down. I was so nervous. I had already been completely scared of the risk of a miscarriage, and then I have this disease that is putting people in ventilators. So I was very aware of what could happen with me being this early pregnant and having COVID. So it was very scary. And it's weird because we were so careful the whole time during COVID. We didn't do anything. And then this was my husband's first trip back traveling after kind of being locked down at work and not traveling as much because of COVID. So it just took one time of getting out of our norm and not doing what we usually were doing, and we got it. Everything was good. We did our 10-day quarantine from work. He worked from home. I was off. So it was a lot with newly being pregnant, all the emotions that go with that, and now having COVID. I stayed hydrated. I took my vitamins. I'm so thankful that I was not nauseous during this time, and it was early on, because if I would have gotten COVID while being nauseous and later on in my pregnancy, I think it would have been worse, because I was not, being able to eat normal and eat nutritious like I was those first couple weeks of pregnancy. So far everything has been normal and nothing affected by having COVID. My white blood cell count and my neutrophil counts are still high. I've had 3 CBCs since having COVID. So those have still not come down since having COVID, but I don't know if that has anything to correlate with it or what. I don't know. But that was kind of how it was like with COVID. He had lost his sense of smell and taste, didn't have really much symptoms, just kind of had cold and flu-like symptoms, didn't have the extreme shorter breath like I did. I had to be on a dose of prednisone and an inhaler, which I do have asthma. I guess I didn't mention that. I do have asthma. It doesn't really ever affect me much. More spring and fall with like allergies. I'll get kind of wheezy, shorter breath, have coughs. When I'm sick, it usually goes to my lungs right away, and I have to do breathing treatments. We got through it, and I was still pretty severely short of breath for a couple months after that, and I don't know if that was because of pregnancy or because of COVID. I would think maybe the first of the year is when I started to like really be able to walk down and back in a hallway and not be so short of breath. Now it's obviously coming back since I'm 25 weeks pregnant almost, but I can walk down a hallway and not be like, oh my gosh, I literally need to sit down. So it's gotten a lot better. But so that's my story of having COVID and being 4 weeks pregnant. If you guys want to know anything about my first trimester, just continue watching for the next video. Thanks. Bye.